Eagles wear boxes, y'all know what it is, baby. Yeah, yeah. We in here. Looking for that D to the B. Where you at, man? Anyways, I got a little something going on over here. But um you guys are in for the controversial today, so just sit there um and just be ready to be entertained or whatever. I don't know where this is going, but I have fun with the um, I just have fun with the words, man, with the title and stuff. I'm doing wireless. I'm gonna see how this goes. Just hold on one second. I'll be right back. I forgot my juicy juice. Oh yeah, yeah. So I had to get this. This old beat up cup, man. I had to get it though. I don't know if anybody's lazy as I am. I'm clean, but I'm lazy sometimes. It's like I will use paper cups. I don't like to mess up the environment, but I'll use them until they start. They ain't no good no more. I'll just use them. When they start getting soggy with water, hey, I'll throw them out. Or I save them. So when we go out in the woods. I've got something kindling. I try to do the things the native way. Uh, but you guys got to pick this up. This black mulberry juice. Once you drink that black mulberry juice, uh, you're probably gonna want to slap me, but that's not gonna happen. But I told you about it, and this is not the first time I told you about it. That's how good it is. Because I love mango everything. I love mango everything, and I like soursop everything too. But this, oh, it tastes better than both of them. I'm sorry. It's so sweet and thick. You're getting all the nutrients. Not like that clear, like they clarify all the apple juice and all that. Even orange juice. You can get orange juice without the pulp. In other words, without some of the nutrients. And why would you want to do that? Anyway, we'll talk. We got fights coming up. Yeah. Yeah. Cocaine, Benny's plant. You guys got to figure that out. So it's easy to figure out, but you guys should be able to figure that one out. And I don't usually talk about stuff like this, but this is grown folks boxing. And anytime a person is on anything, alcohol, anything, it's very hard for them to just quit, just get off or whatever. And then nobody wants to talk about it. But if you are all what I would say coked out, that's probably like the best way I can say it. Here we go with this beeping and stuff, buzzing. If that's the case, now this hear it. If that's the case, that you are on any type of substance, close to it, if you're boxing, and you do it like it's close to your fight time, that sounds like to me that might be some kind of dependency. That's not recreational. That sounds like that's some kind of dependency. Because I heard that certain things. I heard a quote that cocaine is a hell of a drug. That's about 10 years ago, somewhere around there. Maybe not even that. Maybe 8 years ago. Cocaine is a hell of a drug. I don't know. I was never hooked on cocaine. I was never hooked on any substance. I even was smart enough to put into place that I kept a bottle. It's called Crown, so Crown Royal. So I kept a bottle. It wasn't a fifth. It's like probably a 375. I don't think it was a fifth. It was like a 375 little bottle. Old bottle. I don't even know when that bottle came out, but I kept that bottle. Salute to my brother Sir Flame. Sir Flame. So I kept that bottle for like over 10 years. I kept that bottle. I totally forgot about it. Probably put it away in storage and all that. But then I got it again. I'm like, okay, I got this bottle. So I make sure I kept that bottle in front of me with the little purple bag and all that. I make sure I kept that bottle like somewhere posted. Somebody said, oh, you got that bottle up there. So the reason I put it in my plain sight, I displayed it for everybody to see, is because my idea, though, if I ever had to drink out of that bottle, then it was time for me to check in with AA. And not that I was a big drinker, but if you're in the military, stuff like that, then you do drink. But anyway, it's early, but I'll still salute to Sir Flame. He said, salute to Eagles Web, salute to the chat. And there's always, he said, jab that like button or y'all naked. He said, don't get naked. Eagles Web Boxing got the fire up good with that 100. Of course, that glove. And don't forget about them things, brother. Mexican monster got a six-pack now. That don't mean nothing. Everybody has a six-pack. If you don't have a six-pack, something wrong with you. It might be covered up, but it's there. You might have to go through some fat because that's what the muscles look like. It's like 6, 4, 8. Some people have 8, whatever, but rectus abdominis muscles, yeah. That's good. I mean, you could flex and show that you got a six-pack. You can just go scrunch your stomach up. That don't mean during the fight. And I don't care if Mexican Monster has a six-pack. Does he have a brick chin, or iron chin? Or does he have a little bit of, issues up there? Yeah, styrofoam. I think he's going to get cracked in this fight because Plant knows that's his livelihood. Plant cannot afford to lose. Either one of them can't really afford to lose, but Plant really can't afford to lose. I may still go with Benavidez, but Plant is going to be my sentimental favorite only because I think Benavidez takes it a different way. Everybody wants to expose people for being phony and all that, but I see Plant as who he is. I kind of like Plant. I kind of like Benavidez. But I don't like people, I don't like any kind of abuse. Like, don't take other stuff into the ring with you. You know, if you're on drugs, then you're on drugs. And why would you do drugs so close to the time that you are going to fight? It doesn't make sense. That sounds like a substance abuser to me. Because you can't stay off of it until, like, the fight's over with. So, I don't know. He might still be on that. I've seen him going to some kind of relaxation therapy and all that. He got a lot of stuff on his mind. He might overthink this, come in overtrained, you know, because Plant is clearly in his head. He's talking about, you know, he body shamed him and all that, and so he got him, you know, like, I'm gonna go get a 6-pack. Come on. Your body is what it is. You know, so if you're doing all this extra stuff, why are you doing so much extra? You're going to end up depleting yourself. Because maybe you didn't need that extra muscle mass built on, because all it does, that's going to add to weight. And it's actually going to make you actually going to be lighter. You're actually going to be lighter. You're not necessarily going to be stronger. A lot of the strongest guys do not, some of them, they may have 6-packs, but most of them have what they look like they have body fat, but it's actually, they need that. They need that extra weight. And they are, the strong guys are strong, without being all athletically cut up looking like bodybuilders, because bodybuilders aren't necessarily the heaviest lifters. I mean, I showed y'all when I was big, I showed y'all that little picture of me. And shit, I wouldn't even consider myself really a monster, but I guess I was big, though. God dang, because these guys, even these heavyweights are like 200 and what? 220, something like 230 at that shit. I was like 270, 265. That's big. I didn't feel like I was big. I had no idea. Because when you're big, you don't think about it, and you just don't have the idea. You don't see yourself as being like big. But then I go grab like one of my jackets. I'm like, God dang. So I told somebody, I said, if I give you a jacket, it's a 58 long. I said, what would it look like on you? And my brother Derek Bay was in here one time. He said, yeah, I look like a little kid. I look like a little kid wearing my dad's jacket or whatever, you know. I said, yeah, so it's pretty big. You just don't think about it. You just shop, you know. You're just like, okay, I'm not in the 40s no more. I'm in the 50s, almost the 60s when it comes to jackets and stuff. Yeah. I'm taking Benavidez just because of his offensive putting Plant on defense, but Benavidez has no defense. That's the whole thing. So the plan, and I'm just saying, I know the plan. I mean, now this, you can't take this as a fact, but if you see what happened to Darrell, that he got clipped, Plant is going to set this up to clip him. He's going to box him, try to. David Benavidez is always going to try to put on a lot of extra pressure and stuff. But I think that it can end up being his downfall. I see out there Bruce Gas boxing jazz and more. He said, salute, brother. Yeah. I was actually listening to Trey X, and I was listening to Bruce Gas at the same time during the fight. I kind of noticed, you know, I didn't change my pick. I was gonna go with Zoo. I kind of knew he was gonna win after the first round. You could see that he was gonna win the ring, and then the way Harrison was fighting. I think Harrison had to fight like that He's not gonna make no excuses up. But hey, part of the equipment when you're boxing, part of your equipment is the ring, whether you think so or not. Part of your equipment. Yeah. Yeah, Sir Flame said, yeah, he said, but George didn't have a six pack. It would, he said, it would send you to a well needed nap. Yeah, no, but he still had one. Believe me, believe me, he had one. You have to have one. You have to. It's underneath there somewhere. It's in there because that's just the most. Just like say somebody don't have biceps. Like it doesn't matter if they might not be huge, but you got biceps, even if it's covered up. They're in there. It's just some people's. It's just easier to see. George didn't walk around like that. You know, he didn't. I mean, I'm not saying he probably had six pack, but he wasn't like cut up like Ali used to. Ali used to be able to see Ali six pack. He used to come in cut up. After a while, I didn't. Just like Joe Frazier used to come in like cut up. The one just who the heavyweights that came in, the heavyweights that actually had the best physique was probably Ken Norton. Um, what's the guy's name? Hercules. Um, so Hercules, I can't think of his name right off. Let me see. The one that beat John Tate, Mike Weaver. Yeah. So those two, Cleveland Williams. Um, who else? And at least at Ali, for sure, in their prime, they had like really like lean muscle mass. Yeah. Yeah, so they was really lean when they came in, like really cut up. At one point in their career, they like came in like really cut up. Another one never came in like really cut up and put your ass to sleep too. Larry Holmes would put your ass to sleep. Yeah, I didn't get to go see your content, Bruce, but you're putting up one of my favorite fighters there. I don't know if you did a talk on him or anything like that. You got excuse the noise. I got somebody working in another room. Yeah, so. I like Marlon Starling. A lot of people just didn't understand that was Breland's kryptonite. It was Marlon Starling. That was his kryptonite. But anyway, Sir Flame says salute at Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz, and more. Bruce Gas right there, the six pack is a myth. Some have a four pack. It's all genetic. Yeah, some have an eight pack. That's why I said that earlier before you came in. I said 4, 6, 8. Yeah. But it's just some people just have more what they call erectus dominus muscles, just like when it comes to quadriceps. Some people don't have quadriceps. Some people have, some people have 5. So what would that be? Quadriceps or something like that. So it's all different. Even with biceps, even biceps are different. All the muscle groups are a little bit different with some people. Genetically, it is he's right. He's right about that. But yeah, you got to have something because that's what, if you didn't have your six pack or four pack, whatever you want to call it, rectus abdominis, you could not get out the bed. You could not go this way. You can't. Because that's the muscle that gets you up. You see how when babies, before they start crawling, how they get up, they get those muscles, the stomach muscles, even though they got that big belly, the stomach muscles get hard first. And then they're able to get up and then they can roll over and then they do the rocking man, you know what I mean, to strengthen those thighs up. They start rocking back and forth like this, and then eventually they do squats. So that's the evolution of man, is you start on your back until you can get up off your back, and then once you get off on your back, then you crawl. And before you crawl, you do those. You do ab exercises. You still do ab exercises. So abs is first. You strengthen your abs is the first thing to get you to walk. Is you strengthen your abs, then you strengthen your legs, your core. So the core first, then your legs. There's always core first. So you work your core first. That just shows you that even babies know how to train their body when they're little. So they work on the core first, and then they do squats. It's cool when babies do squats, especially when they start picking up shit. They start making the old man sounds and shit. Yeah. But Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz, and more. Yeah, I got it. He said Mike Weaver. He wanted to get that trivia down. Yeah, I had said it, but yeah, you might have wrote it. It might be on some kind of delay, but yeah, you're right. That's who it was. Mike Weaver. Yeah, AJ was all bulked up. Now he looks way different. Yeah, all the bulky stuff doesn't. I can see. You know what? I mean, AJ would be a phenom if he had like if he was just like super slick, like fast. Even if he wasn't super slick, even if he had his style that he has now, but he was just like real fast with his hands. I don't know why nobody worked on his fastness. I mean, he there has to be some speed up in there. Cause I'm 10 times older than AJ, man, and I still got speed. It's like, I don't know. It's I know it's genetic, but I'm supposed to have lost my speed by now. Don't you lose your speed after your 30s or whatever 40s? You lose your speed, right? It's like, but my reflexes is just I have natural reflexes, which is crazy. I never I don't complain about it. The only time it got me in trouble is that one time, like I told y'all, I caught that knife. I caught a all-sided knife where it had blades. They had a handle, but everything else was all knife, like different shapes of knives all over it. God, I caught it before it hit the ground. They went straight through my thumb. I still got the mark on it. It might be fading out. Yep, it's still there. Oh, I got two. Because I got one. Because the basketball rim, the rim on the basketball hoop, it was one of the things that hold the net was broke loose. I don't even know what they call those things. But one of those was broke loose, and I was dunking the basketball, so I dunked the basketball. And after my hand came back out, it just sliced, like boom, and then it's like sliced my thumb. Yeah. Yeah, Surflame said the best physique was Butterbean. Yeah, Butterbean had that big old. Hey, have you seen him? I seen him like about what was it? I don't even know if it was recent, but I seen a video of him meeting up with Mike Tyson. Man, he's little now. I mean, it's like, how did he get little? He's actually like little. If you seen him, you'd be like, that's not Butterbean. He looks little, man. He's a little dude. And all of a sudden, he just shrunk. He just shrunk down. He's little now. Oh, okay. You had Starling on your show last night. Yep. Oh, he's a friend. Oh, yeah, yeah. Tell him he got fans, man. He got other people that tell him that Eagles Web is a fan of his, man. I remember him, man, Moochie. He used to have me crack. He used to make me laugh, man. Only thing that was sad is when he fought that one, I think that Puerto Rican guy where he hit him like right after the bell, like about a split second after the bell, and put him out. That was kind of sad. Cause I used to root for him, man. Marlon Starling, as I was a youngster, I used to root for him, man. I'm like, yeah, he's good. He was good. There's a lot of fighters that I liked. That a lot of people and like I said, there's a lot of fighters that, like I said, they got thrown in to deep water when they shouldn't have. I think like Sugar Ray Seals would have been a lot better. And I talk about him on the show a lot. He would have been a lot. Yeah, Thomas Molinares. Yeah, it's so I always say the Sugar Ray Seals would have been a lot better. He just needed a little bit more because they just couldn't put him in with Marvin. He needed get more experience, fight Marvin when he could move good and stuff like that. Because Marvin he had trouble with boxers that could like really move and stick and like a lot of slick movement. He had problems with him, and yes, he caught you. Yeah. Okay. Bruce said he is so cool. I just call him up and he says, "Turn on the show." Oh, okay. He told you to go live. Yeah, so he could talk. Yeah, I tried to call Seals last night and got no answer. He's another cool cat. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I like him. There's a lot of fighters that a lot of people just don't remember. They just don't know about, and they don't know. Even I think for me, Simon Brown was pretty cool. I like I don't know skill set wise. There's fighters that you like for their skill set, and then there's other fighters that's just they really good people. That's right, really personable people. And I like people. I like people. I don't like Prasad. I don't like that shit. And so that's why I got a little bit of problem with David Benavidez because don't stop making up excuses. If you're coming in fat and heavy and all overweight and shit like that, that's you. That's your trainer. Your trainers know that if you they told you not to go eat that big meal before you weighed in. They told you, oh, I need to go eat it. Come on, stop it. Stop playing with everybody, man. You know what I mean? And then if you doing all kinds of somebody said something about white horse and all. I don't know. They were saying all kinds of stuff, man. Don't ride the white horse and all that. God dang. If you don't, I don't know, Bruce. You know what that is. I guess white horse is. Which one is that? Is white horse? Is that the snow? Is that the sniffing snow, or is that the shooting snow? I don't know. But anyway, we know that the white horse is a drug. But if you indulge in like so close to a fight, I got to look at it like this. You see what I mean? I have to look at it like this. If you're indulging that close to a fight, then it's a dependency. It's not a celebration. It's not like what they call, just like they have the drinkers, they call casual drinkers or whatever, or you just a casual. On occasion, you got a big party and you drink a little bit. But if you're a drunk, or alcoholic, then you wake up and have a shot. You go to bed, you have a shot. There's a difference. You know what I mean? And you can't stay away. One thing about alcoholics, they can't stay away from. They have to have. I mean, they'll do breath mints and everything else, but they have to have that alcohol to function, to go to work. I know a guy when I was in the military. He was so good at drinking that he drank before he played basketball. He played better when he was drinking. I'm like, wow. So they call that functional alcoholic, but most alcoholics are functional. But the thing is that disease, the disease is dependent on alcohol. But if you don't do alcohol, you'll die. Simple as that. They die. They die once they stop doing. It's like the alcohol keeps them down, but it keeps them alive though. I mean, it's killing them, but if you take them off of it, they'll die before that. Yeah. Okay, so horse is okay. White horse is the heron. Okay, yeah. But somebody was saying that about your guy. Yeah, I knew it was one of them. The horse. Yeah. Yeah, Bruce know all that shit. Bruce Bruce knew exactly what I was talking about. That horse. He said, "Yeah, that horse is that heron." What's the puppy? What's puppy dog? Look, I know all the names. What's the puppy? I know Snow automatically. That's easy. I know Snow automatic. That's easy. I mean, anybody can figure that one out. No, but I'm just saying. So this guy has it seems like he has the mentality to where oh, I'm doing good. I'm on schedule. I'm on shape or whatever, and then somebody would distract him. He still. I mean, you got to have bad seeds around you still. Don't pretend like you don't have bad seeds around you, and don't act like that you just don't like those are your boys, and that you are not, that you're not going to indulge, because you are going to indulge. And I'm not. I just want to put this out there and say it the way that I say it, not to really cause trouble. But if I cause trouble, I don't have no problem with that, because that's what I do. Because this is the discussion. It says talk. And of course, do I try to keep myself from getting any kind of strikes or something, because I say cocaine, Benny's plant. So in other words, it's going to benefit plant if you mess around. So don't mess around and then go in there and think that it's automatically that you got an automatic W. That's where people make their mistakes, where they think it's automatic. Oh, this is automatic. We got this. You just might not have it. But I'm going to go with you. I don't necessarily like the fighters. Plant I can deal with a little bit more. I think I like Plant's psychology, and so that he makes me laugh, and he's the kind of I think I can hang out with him. I could hang out with him even though Benavidez, I could probably I don't want to hang out with nobody who does the stuff he does, but I could probably hang out with Plant. Plant got his shoe collection, which I don't collect them. I don't know the name of hardly any of my shoes. Everybody they knows the names and everything. They read they read the name on the box. If I like something, I just put it on. I used to keep up with all the like the Airs and all that, Air Force Ones, all that. 13s. I got 13s, 14s, 12s, 10s. I have a lot of them, but shit, you show them to me now. I wouldn't know them for nothing. Because when I go to the store, if I'm going to get some shoes, I'm looking for something that I like the way it looks, and I'm looking for something that I can put on and it feels good. You feel me? I thought that you would. I appreciate you for feeling me like that. Yeah, but you guys told me everything was going to be okay, but guess what happened? Oh, I lost power. I didn't have no power in my house, but I got backup. For some things. For my lights and all that, I got backup. But yeah, I got parts of trees flying past me and everything else. Now here's the difference, Sir Flaming Bruce, or whoever's out there. Here's the difference between weather in different regions. See, the thing about it, like say for instance in New York or something like that, Boston, New York, New Hampshire, and all those places right there. When it becomes winter season, they're prepared. They got the long coats, they got the galoshes and all that. They got, you know what I mean? They got the overcoats, they got the rubber slip-ons and all that. Places like, say for instance, I'll go extreme, like Southern California. They wouldn't be prepared for stuff like that. They're not going to have all the long coats and overcoats. They're not going to have all that stuff, you know. Just like you guys wouldn't have. So you guys are used to wind and all that stuff. But are you guys prepared with all those big buildings? Are you guys prepared for earthquakes? See, it's different. See, we prepared. We know how to, you know, we we don't get enough of them. But when you get them, they shake your ass up. I guarantee you. That is, I don't know. Besides that high wind yesterday, which we're still supposed to be having it until like a little bit later this afternoon. But some of those gusts of winds, I mean, I wanted to leave. I'm like, I wanted to get out of my car. Like, I mean, that's just too much. And I'm driving in it because it's clear. That's the crazy part about it, is the sky is clear, but then you got an 80-mile-an-hour wind hitting your car. It's like, what the hell? Why am I shaking like that? I'm about to get out this car. But it's not going to help you because you end up blowing away. But so, I mean, I heard a transformer explode. And I said, there goes our power. As soon as I said, I was in the middle of playing a video game. I was just starting the video game. And that shit was like, boom. I was like, oh, wow. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, Michael Johnson's boxing talking more. I said, what up? He said, what up, everybody? Yeah. What's up, brother? Were you on the other day? I could have swore I was about to go to work or something. I could have swore I saw you on or something. You put something up. I don't know if I commented or not. I probably got to go back when I get some time. I got to go back because Bruce always got too much stuff up. You, Bruce, Lala, and who else? And D-Lo always got up. You guys always got something. And a lot of times I don't even get the notifications. A lot of times I'm like, what the hell? They do what they want to with us. You know, they do what they want to. And so sometimes we get them and sometimes we don't. Yeah, but so since I was talking about the weather, yeah, but everybody said I was going to be cool, man. I was like, the whole time I was thinking about you guys because you guys told me how, oh, don't worry about the wind and stuff, Eagle. I'm like, man, please. I'm watching parts of trees come down and everything else. Now, here's the thing. I was at this at this apartment complex, one of these new ones, you know, this made like on top of all this, you know, like on in the strip malls. The real big ones, though, you know, like probably not real high, maybe 15 stories, 10 stories, 15 stories tall, like that on top of the businesses. You know, you got the restaurants and clothing stores and all that underneath them. So I was at this restaurant, and this guy's outside, and the wind's blowing hard. You know, here we got gust of wind, 70 miles an hour, 80 miles, whatever. This guy's out there just chilling, drinking his coffee or whatever, his little drink, like it's nothing, cause it's clear. But he's just enjoying the wind, like, oh, this wind feels good. And then all of a sudden, out of somebody's balcony, here comes all kinds of debris, boxes, and no telling what else is coming out from the top, like maybe the sixth floor up, and that wind hit it, and that just start blowing everything off their balcony. I guarantee that guy had a reality check real quick. He's like, oh shit, this is not, this ain't normal. This kid, hey, I'm in California, but this ain't normal. Yeah, he almost got taken out by somebody's stuff coming out the balcony. I'm like, no, why are you sitting outside in 80 miles an hour winds just because it's clear outside? I said, you're an idiot. Straight up idiot, man. Stupid. Oh, okay, yeah. So Michael Johnson said he was on. Yeah, Bruce Gas, Boxing, Jazz, and more. Said Michael Johnson, Boxing, Talking, more. Salute, brother. Yeah, salute my brother. Yeah, that's crazy though. So it's just that if you've been around like different countries and you've been around the United States, then I can say that your wardrobe is probably going to be a little bit different. You got that just in case wardrobe, but a lot of people don't have a just in case wardrobe. They don't. They don't have stuff for rain, wind, and people they think you use umbrellas when it rains. Oh, you don't. You use a hood. You hood up. You don't use an umbrella. You don't use an umbrella. You got to use an overcoat with the hood. That's what you use. The umbrella, that's for like real light rain and no wind. Man, you use an umbrella when it's windy and raining, it ain't gonna work. That shit is gonna snap. Okay, Michael Johnson, Boxing, Talking, more. Say, I see you, Bruce. Yeah, but back on the top though. So so you guys give me your voice on this. I want Michael Johnson's voice on this. Michael Johnson's Boxing, Talking, more. I want your voice on this part, to where if somebody's busted, it's like, say, well, you guys know who we're talking about, but I'm using a general question right now. So if somebody's busted for something like that, or gets popped for like illegal substance, that not regular illegal substance, not enhancing, but something like heroin or cocaine or something like that, how do you look at that if the person is busted right before they're fighting? Is that substance? Are they probably a casual user or a substance abuser? Where if they can't wait until after the fight. So that's the question that I just want to present. The question. So I'm not 100%. I'm never 100% sold on people that do drugs. I'm not. You can't sell me on them not being a drug user anymore. You can't. It's just hard to say. Oh, I didn't hear anything about rehab. Oh, I'm rehabbed and everything. Ah, come on. Because once once you join that, is it AAA or AA? AA is AA. So once you join AA, you always say that you're an alcoholic, and that's what I don't get. There are a lot of times when you're dependent on something that that's not you anymore. You can just say that's not you anymore, and everybody's supposed to believe, oh yeah, I believe him. He's clean now. So what is it? Can you just say you're clean and then you're clean? Is that how that works? Oh, I'm clean now. I'm good now, y'all. I see a lot of people saying that they good on certain stuff. You got fighters that even act like they still want to fight when they're already out on their feet. When they're out on their feet. Oh, they shouldn't have stopped it. Yes, they should have stopped it. And stop saying you was too brave that your corner had to stop it. No, that's what your corner is there for. Your corner is there to stop it. That's what they're there for. That's what the chief second is for. It's not like I told you guys back in the 1800s and stuff like that. Nah, they wanted to get paid. Get your ass. The corner was there to throw your ass back in the ring if you wasn't out. That's what they was in there for. Now they're here to help protect you. You know. Yeah, but we got good fights coming up though. yeah, we got, like I said, we got a couple of good fights, some interesting fights that's coming up nonetheless, even if they're going to, cause like I said, styles make fights and styles make no fight. People don't get that styles make no fight. Some styles don't make a fight. Style ain't no fight. Just like when you watch somebody walk in off the block trying to challenge somebody in the gym. The style, it ain't gonna be no fight. Yeah. Because for me, the impression of style making a fight, it means the styles make fight. It means that's gonna be a good fight. Styles, that's a good stylistic matchup. So it's more than just the saying styles make fights. It's the stylistic matchup makes the matches, like will make the boxing match interesting or not so interesting. If you got two defensive fighters, it's probably the style matchup is probably not going to be a very interesting fight because neither one of them wants to engage. They're landing like 10 punches per round. It's like 12 round decision, 100 and between both of them, 205 punches landed. I mean, a thrown. It's like, nah, it's not, just not going to work out that way. Yeah. Yeah. But Michael Johnson's boxing's talking more. He has his take. He says substance abusers due to putting your career in jeopardy. He said motherfuckers could say no. Say give me that needle or pipe. And he said pause. Yeah. But see, but my whole thing, Michael Johnson boxing talking more is if say so the abuser himself. How far do we really trust him? Do we trust it all of a sudden you clean? It's actually I'm trying not to make it one of those type of topics. I see down there Lala D. She said Sunday she got the hearts up good. You better have my hearts up good. I don't want to say, I don't want to make it too heartfelt for me, but I got experience with people. And so I know anytime that you doing some kind of drugs, which everybody's going to forget, they're just going to talk about boxing. Anytime you're doing some kind of drugs, it's hard to not do drugs. And I know the face of people that, like, especially those people that's on that cane. I know their face, man. And then I'm telling you, they have to keep it's a certain way that they have their nose, like their nose is always like open, like kind of like flared. It's like they want to go, like they gotta go, like they're about to go snort right now. They just have a certain look, man. You can see, they just look wired, even when they're not. They just look like, I need to get some of that, they need, they just got a certain look, man. There's certain people just like the opposite side of that, the cocaine abuser. So the opposite side of him, with the same drug but changed it. The crackhead. Now they have a certain look too. Even their teeth and everything, they just have a certain look. But they run around. They just got nonstop energy. That's what they like. They like that nonstop energy. Whereas coke people is more chilled. They just like kind of chilled. Yeah, coke. Yeah, that's why they call them coke. They say coked up. I don't know what that up is about. But Lala D says Surf Flame. She got the heart so good with the fire. Yep. And Lala D Bruce. She got the anchor up there with the hearts. And she said MJ Boxing Talk. She got the heart up with the crowd. And Michael Johnson's Boxing Talk and more. He said, Lala D, I see you. We see you, Queen. Yeah. Michael Johnson's Boxing Talking more. Okay, but he said that Cali Sutherland energy. Yeah, that kind of is like, I mean, I have the thing about it, I seen it, it's devastating. It's devastated people that I know close to me. Some of the stuff. I even told people around me, I said, if I catch you doing that shit around me or you just do it again, it's going to be a problem. Like I gotta see you. I gotta hand you up a little bit or something. But that doesn't really work on them. It doesn't. Okay, because all they gonna say is okay, I'm good. Even if you beat them up. They'll go get their goods. They'll go get that goodie, even with a lumped up head. And it's something you can't hide nothing from a crackhead. My great aunt and uncle once. You said and uncle. Okay, so now listen how you read this. Listen how I read this because you always say I read wrong. And it's something you can't hide nothing from a crackhead. Okay, that's your one question. That's your statement. And see, I'm gonna read it the way you wrote it. Then I'll clean it up. My great aunt and uncle once his money and jewelry inside of an old AC unit. And so I know what you mean. I mean, they put the money, so your aunt and uncle, they put the money in the AC unit in the basement. Their crackhead son found it. Yeah, so I know what you mean. I know you wrote it wrong, but I said it the right way. And that's what it is. They be looking. I'm gonna tell you a story. Now this happened, not talking about my, not talking about mouth still moving. Oh wow. That's sad. Michael Johnson, don't bring that up. Oh, Bruce Gas said, Lala T, salute, Miss Rhode Island. Hey, I was I was selling some stuff because I wanted to move because I was staying with family members in down south. So I wanted to move, and so I just set my stuff out and I was just selling it out there on the block, right? And I know there's a crackhead upstairs, right? And so I had like a wicker shelf. They're real light, probably weighs like 3 pounds, something like that. The wicker's not very heavy. It's strong for the weight, but it's not very, it's not heavy. So I had to go in the house and go grab something. Let me go in the house, and I promise you, I was not in the house. I was not in the house 20 seconds because I knew I'm like you can't leave nothing out there. I wasn't in the house 20 seconds, and I know the crackhead had grabbed that shelf and was gone. Like I didn't see him. I looked in both directions and was nowhere to be found at all. And it's still bulky. I'm surprised how they can just carry. They can carry stuff so quickly like nothing. He just took off with it. I'm like, wow. I was just shaking my head. I'm like, these people, man. I feel bad because it's like, especially he's just doing odd jobs, not really working. He's probably gonna owe a lot of people money, and something probably happened to him. So it's just like it wasn't. I was in a bad neighborhood. On top of that, but I was okay, even though I was in a bad neighborhood. I used to ride my bike all the time through there. Yeah, I get on my bike and head to the bank. Yeah, but that's sad though. That's all sad. Yeah, Michael Johnson boxer talking more said my uncle beat my cousin up for smoking. A torch at his house. Yeah, damn. That is, man. That's sad. See, and that's the worst. It's even worse. See, because a lot of times they too stupid to hide that they've been using it all in the bathroom or whatever. They too, because they don't want to leave the house sometime. If the weather's not right, I mean, they might not go out in the rain. If it's cold, they don't care. They'll go out in the cold and all that. But when it's rain and snow, they might not go. They might not want to hit the alley or something. And now you smell it all in your house and stuff. They trying to spray and all that, and then they want to talk too much. Like, why are you talking so much? Shut up. I'm trying to over talk so so it will hide the fact that I'm blazed out. Damn. Yeah. Bruce Gas boxing jazz more say even I get it. Yeah. 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 Yeah, you wrote his money. Yeah. But I understood what you meant, that they hid the money. I understood what you wrote, but I'm saying you just wrote it wrong. But that's this. Okay. The first time. So the very first time when I was a kid, um, I was a youngin, and I found out about that. There was actually a girl that I actually thought was that she was cute. She had like a real. I think she was a model. She had like the little model body. She was tall, slim, all that. And I started thinking, I'm like, damn, why is she so? And I seen her one time, and she was just like all She was more than just thin. She was she was book thin, and it's just something didn't look right. And then I heard this word, which I don't know nothing about this stuff. You guys, because when it came out, they were saying something about some kind of freebase. She was like, "Yeah, she was freebasing or whatever." I was like, "What freebasing? What the hell, freebasing?" You know, I'm not being naive. I wasn't dumb. I knew it had something to do because usually when they talk to you about something, it wasn't about food. They wasn't based in no turkey. But that's the first time that I actually heard about it. Yeah, is when it was like the freebase type of stuff, and that's when I first heard about it. And you know, it just seemed like she was just like in so much enjoyment, you know, licking her chops about some freebase. I'm like, God dang. But then I start finding out more and more about the evils about that, and how cheap it was, and just the evil about it and what it does. And damn, the people would sell, you know, they'll sell their own kids for that shit. It was just, it had just turned like very sad. Now we're not trying to miss the point. But my point is what I was trying to get in somebody to answer is, when do you trust somebody who's like, you know, is on drugs? When do you trust them to actually be off of drugs? Because you can't be with them 24/7. So if they don't tell you I'm in this program or whatever, then programs just make me laugh a lot of times. Oh, you in the program? Oh yeah, okay. Well, at least you're doing something about it. Yeah, you're in the program. As soon as they go out to get out the program, they go right back to doing whatever they're doing. So I don't programs. Uh, they need, you have to go to like a camp or whatever, and these things can't be like, I mean, you just have to spend money, or they gonna have to, government has to pay for them or something. But these things cannot. These ain't no 6 week course. You have to stay your ass in there. They got to keep you. Let you go to work. You got. I don't care. All you guys go to work, and you know, on a bus. You got a special bus to take you guys to work or whatever. And you're not unsupervised. You know, you can only, like, you can go to your bathroom breaks without nobody bothering you, but they have to watch you, and that shit has to be on for a long time. It has to go on for like a long time, year, whatever. But these 6 week programs, 12, that shit, that's why it's a program, because it's programming you. They got to do drug elimination camps. Programs only program you. That's why it's called programs. You know, it's called programs because that's all it does. It just programs you. It's not, and just because you have a certain program don't mean that at night that shit don't erase, because you think about your dream program, when you wake up, that shit disappears. You might remember a little bit of your dreams. You don't remember every dream you have every single night. I mean, you can't name for 365 days, you cannot name all the dreams you had in one, you know, 365 days. Oh yeah, on this day I had this dream all the way through, blah, 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 blah. No, you don't remember it. Because your brain automatically erases that shit. So if your brain can erase your dreams, like as soon as you wake up, because the chemicals in your brain change your makeup once you wake up. So you're not into, you're into a certain mode to where you're about ready to break your detox from your sleep. You're about to break that, you know, in which I'm trying to do every day and a half or so, every day or every other day, or like, so I try to eat one day and then one day don't eat, or don't eat for like a day and a half and then eat the next day. I'm gonna see how that works out. So out of 365 days, that means I would have eaten like about 110 days, 120 days. I think that's better for us anyway. Yeah, but that shit's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, Michael Johnson boxer talking more. Said dude came in the bar coked out. Like we can't notice. He said, shaking my hand. Yeah, that's the whole part, man. When they come in, see, that's the whole part about. I think, see, what you're saying, Michael Johnson boxing talking more, is that I think that the coke makes you. I think you're bolder. I think you're just like, you're not on coke. You're bold. On crack, you just don't you don't give a damn. On crack, you gonna just lie. On coke, you probably not gonna lie. You just gonna act like you just gonna. Oh, so you act like we don't see that you coked up. But on crack, they know that you know that they crack. Yeah. But they don't care. They flying all over the place. They don't care. You gonna get some crack, ain't you? No, I ain't gonna get in the crack. All fast, talking all fast, going. It's like stop it, man. You making me want to run, and I ain't trying to run like that. But that's sad though. That's sad. Like I said, he said he came back like somebody didn't notice. He said I know thousands of those stories at Lala D. Yeah, and that's the point is that it's thousands, but you guys still didn't answer. You guys answered the question though. When do you trust somebody who clearly is doing drugs at a time that you know that they shouldn't? At a time that, well, I'm not saying there's times that you should do drugs, but sometimes you get sad or whatever. Oh, I gotta get a drink because you're just depressed. I understand that. But if you got the biggest engagement of your life, you don't come in, you don't get all coked, they're all coked up. Oh, I'm coked up. Yeah, you don't do no shit like that. But Bruce, you're right too, though. A lot of these said, Bruce, he said, she hit you with that 100. Yeah, Bruce Gas, Boxing, Jazz, and more. He said that's an individual choice. I know I used to think I was fooling everybody. You have to make up your mind to stay off the shit. There you go. You got to make up your mind to stay off of it. But how do you convince us, Bruce, that you're off? Not you personally, but I'm just saying, how do we know that? I mean, how do we know when we can trust somebody who we know? And I don't want to bring up nothing, but I can see it in a couple of people's face that box. They on coke. There's still some fighters that's on coke that I'm telling you that they on coke. I know they on coke. There's a big guy. I'm not giving it away by saying big guy because that could be, light heavyweight all the way up to heavyweight. There's at least a big guy that's in boxing that I know he on coke. He got that because he got that coke look. He's just, dude, you got the coke look. You can't erase that shit, man. So when do we trust him? Yeah, nobody can watch you not all your life. Yeah, but I'm saying if somebody tells me that they in treatment, I don't trust that treatment is what I'm saying. Is that, no, you need to get on an elimination program. We don't want no treatments, and we don't want you programmed. We want elimination camp, drug elimination. So where it's just out, where there ain't no drugs in it, they can't get none, and you don't have nobody that's on the down low trying to make money on the camp, because that's how those things fail. Is that you have somebody that say, oh, I can make money off this because I know some of these crackheads ain't going to get off this crack. And so they still sell them crack within the program. But we don't want them on the program. So we got to get you in an elimination camp, drug elimination camp. That's just my quote, my thing. Yeah. But that's 100% right, though. Yeah, you should be your best detox counselor. You're right about that. Oh, I just looked up the street meaning of freebase. She said you purify and remove the salt element HCl of the drug. It says sometimes you can't smoke a drug until you make the freebase interesting topic. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. That's the first time I learned about that shit. Oh yeah, you got to clean this up. I'm like, huh? Man, please, I'm watching people in my family and friends and whatever. I'm watching. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, and when you're young, you just don't get it. You just like, oh yeah, that's what you do. That's what you got to do. But because you don't really think. It's not like you don't love them, you don't care, but you just don't. You're not thinking like you should be. And it's like, but when do you? If somebody's just around you and they say, oh yeah, I'm clean. I've heard so many people say that they was clean and shit. It's like, you ain't clean. How are you clean? You might clean clothes or some shit. You clean up something, but you ain't clean. You've been wearing the same pants for like 3 weeks, same shirt. You ain't clean. Ain't no way you clean this. If you don't know how to if you don't know how to, you put on clean clothes and get in the shower, you ain't. There's no way you ain't clean from drugs probably. Yeah. Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz Moore at Lala D for sure. He said baking soda is a crackhead's best friend. God damn. He said the best friend. And Lala D said Bruce. Wow. Bruce Gas again. He said the first thing that they teach you in rehab is you have no power over what others think. Yeah, you don't have no power over what others think. But what I'm saying is, how do we know? How do we know? Okay, so give me a statement. So give me the statement that you tell me to let me know that you clean and free now, that you free. In AA, they'll say that they'll say 3 years sober, 3 years without a drink, 5 years without a drink. So is that the statement that you on for any substance? Is that the statement that you're going to use to make us know? Because I'm still going to look at you kind of twisted like, yeah, I don't even know. Because if you're my family, I'm still going to look at you like I got to hide all my... Lala D, no. If you're inviting certain people over, you probably wouldn't even invite everybody over and say, oh, just meet me over at the motel or something like that. Because you'd be like, no, you got to hide everything. And believe me, I had stuff disappear from my house. I always have stuff disappear anyway. But people steal from me even if they not own anything. They just like to take my stuff. Take stuff that they have no memory of, they don't really need, they just like to take my stuff. People just like to take my stuff. I don't think I have any of my, I had all kinds of childhood stuff, all my stuff's gone, everything gone. It gets either thrown out or people just take it, like, oh, I'm gonna just take this. I didn't invite you to take my shit. Okay, but anyway. But Bruce is at Lala D. He said for sure. He said baking soda. Okay, Bruce. Wow. Okay, never trust a junkie. Bruce says the first thing they teach you. Okay, I read that already. Salute at Queen Lala. Okay, there goes Sir Flame. Sir Flame finally came back. He said, you guys, when I was like 20, I was addicted to eating cornstarch. It was a sign of iron deficiency, anemia. Okay. Like chewing ice, which I still do. I broke myself away from cornstarch addiction. Okay, well, that's only cornstarch. It wasn't going to do nothing but clog you up. Hey, so get yourself, you guys still didn't go getting into that black mulberry juice. It's expensive, but get it. It's going to be the best juice. Drink it cold. Watch. You're going to be like, oh, wow. How come Eagle didn't tell us about this earlier? But get pure. Don't get from concentrated. Get the real one, and you're going to love it. And that's packed with iron, too. That's a lot of iron in there. Cocoa. Make yourself cocoa every night. Cocoa has a lot of iron in it also. They didn't teach us that. They made it seem like, you know what they say, made it seem like cocoa was a treat. Oh, these people are so backwards, man. They teach the stuff that sometimes the stuff that they teach us is treats. They wouldn't seem like that you had to add sugar to and all that type of. They teach us as a treat actually better for you than stuff they teach you is healthy. I just don't get it. Okay, yeah, and that's a good point too, Bruce. Gas, Boxing, Jazz, and more. That makes a lot of sense. That makes the most sense. He said you work on yourself real. He said real people will see it. Nothing needs to be said. Yeah, but they actually have you say stuff in like. You know, like when we did the Red Road. Remember, I told you I did put the clip up. You guys seen it for New Year's? I think I put it on both channels. I'm not sure if I put it on Eagles Web, but I put it on my other channel, my native channel. But I put it up there, and in a part of that festival, part of that celebration is for AA. That's why they call it Red Road. It's like getting back onto the righteous road with the people. And what they do is they, in there, everybody's confessing, when they're sober from everything. I'm like, they'll say I'm 6 months, free from drugs, alcohol, whatever, and I think that helps. The confession does help. It makes sense. The confession does help though. It's just like when you're saying you're sorry to somebody. It does help when you say you're sorry. Oh, it's my bad. I was doing this and I was doing that. And it's always good, Yeah. But Lottie said something. My great uncle, the crackhead's dad, told me that the crackhead is always chasing that first high, then never get it. But they always want that very first high. He said, true. Yep. It's like they, well, see that's what happens. And see, that's what happens, Lala D, is that that stuff was so dangerous that when people first got it, like when people first started doing it, that was the key. That's what the whole hook was. That was the whole, like, I got your ass. That was the whole thing that got you right there. Is that first high was so good. It's like, oh shit, I gotta do this again. I gotta, you always feel like you gotta do it again, and then you never can stop doing it. Just like what you said, because you want to get that first feeling. You're not gonna get that first feeling. You're not gonna get it. Yep. Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz Moore said, I've been 22 years off alcohol. He said 20 off heroin. But in my opinion, I guess, just said, in my, I guess you mean opinion, doing the weed as we speak. I know a lot of people that do weed. The argument with me, my brother does weed. And the argument with weed, I can't out argue nobody with weed, but I can't smoke anyway. So, but yeah, people, oh, this is just natural herbs. It's from the herb. Yeah, I do a lot of natural herbs. I do hemp, but I do the seeds though. A lot of iron in that. So a lot of these do hemp seeds and stuff there. Bruce getting off of heroin is hard, but my aunt is a heroin addict. Yeah, that's 30 off the 8s. Yeah. Hey, but look, listen. Out of all those drugs, did y'all know that actually alcohol is the worst? Did y'all know that? Because people, they try to get off. You try to get off alcohol, you just die. If you're alcoholic, you just die. Getting off of heroin, you shake, vomit, sweat, and do everything else, but it ain't gonna kill you to get off of it. You still want that high. You might still be shaking. Oh shit! But I don't see how people even get off of crack if it's that addicting. Yeah, that's hard. Blessings to anybody who's actually done crack and really got off of it. I mean, blessings to you. Because what Lala said makes that puts the spotlight on it to show that this thing is really a hard thing, to really kick. If that first one is so good, it's just like when it comes to like drinking. The first time you get drunk, that's not good. And like if you get drunk, you really don't want to get drunk. You might want to get like mellow with alcohol. You know how to control it. Like 2 drinks, that's all I can do. You mess around and do 4. Go through all them different stages. That's one thing about alcohol is you go through different stages. You go through happy. Some people get angry. Some people cry, laugh. I don't necessarily love, but I like to be around laughing drunks. That's funny because laughing drunks, that's cool. If they're laughing drunk, because they gonna make you laugh. What you laughing at? They just making you laugh. It's a laughing drunk. Angry drunks, I can't stand angry drunks. I see them because angry drunks is on the street all the time. They angry because you're not giving them that little bit of change that they want so they can finish, so they can get all the alcohol, more alcohol and shit. They get all angry. What you so mad about? Yeah, but that's true. Man, getting off that, yeah. Getting off alcohol is probably just as hard, right? No, alcohol is, yeah, but you can't. See, the thing is, you can get off alcohol, but if you're an actual like an alcoholic, you can't get off of alcohol. It took a few times, but it's either get off it or die. Yeah, that too. But the thing about alcohol, once you get off alcohol, because I even met this. There was this girl because I was doing this advertising. And I met her, and so I was advertising some type of Aberlour Scotch, I think, or something like that. And I saw her with these cheap bottles of vodka. I said, why are you getting that? I said, you should get this other vodka. trying to tell her what vodka to get. She said, "Nah, this is my dad. He's an alcoholic. Said he gonna drink anyway." He said he's just gonna drink it all up anyway. If I get him something good, it costs too much money to get him something that's real expensive. So he's just gonna drink it all up anyway. Because that's what she was saying too. She said she's just gonna drink it up anyway. So he might as well just drink now, until his body just give out. Because if he quit, he's just gonna die anyway. So I was like, wow, this whole topic. When I first was thinking about talking about this topic, I was not looking to. I mean, even though it's grown folks chat, I was not looking to get really deep. We didn't get extra deep into it. We threw up a couple of stories. Michael Johnson's Boxing Talking More threw up a story. Bruce threw up some stories. Lala threw up some stories. So all of us have, like I said, I threw up some stories. So we all got stories about it. But it's just like, it's, so it is, and look at, we're in different corners. We're probably in 4 different corners on the United States. So it's like, so that's just letting you know that it's a problem. It's a problem. And we just not, we still don't really touch on it. It becomes touchy, and people don't want to face up to it. But I know a lot of people still going through that with their family, and you'll hear from them later. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, girl. I didn't call you Lala. I didn't call you for a while. Yeah, my little baby cousin. Yeah, she's stuck on that crack for a while. Whatever. See, you're always gonna get stories like that. Shaking your head like, damn, that shit is sad. To watch somebody go from, it's what is worse. And I don't like to put men and women separate, but it's really sad a lot of times. The guys are already small, but it's sad for a woman. She could have been a supermodel, beautiful, nice shape, and all of a sudden, it's just nothing left of her because of that crack. God, dang, it's sad how it just takes them. Yeah, weed is the only mind-altering substance I have found that I can safely do. Puffing since '69. Yeah, Bruce puffing. Lala D said Sunday, she said I witnessed a crackhead tell a girl, lose my number. He told the girl that, lose my number. Wow. He told her he slid her his number, and she never called him. This was in D.C. Has to be the world's best crackheads. Wow, they got some bad ones out there. I was going to ask Derek, but maybe So you go to D.C. area, Lala D. You've been over there. So is Rock Creek Park? Is that still hitting like it used to do way back in the days before? The days before we could enjoy it. I don't know. Have you ever heard of Rock Creek Park? Michael Johnson Boxing Talking More said, nah. But if you're an alcoholic, it can get bad. Yeah, but yeah. I'm telling you, when the severe alcoholics can't stop, they can't stop. I'm telling you. If they stop, they die. You just look it up. Just look it up. Just Google it or what? I don't know. Google. Sometimes you can't trust Google. One thing worse than alcohol is folks that allow the pom to run their life. Yeah, that's true too. Don't let nothing run your life. Yeah. Lottie said yes. She said, "Oh my God, forgot about Rock Creek Park." Yeah. No, I was just So I was just asking you if is this still? Did they still go there? It's still pumping there like that? Rock Creek Park. Yeah. Lottie said, "Oh, I forgot about Rock Creek Park." Oh, you didn't know Eagle don't know nothing else. Eagle know everything about everywhere. This is my land. That was Rock Creek Park. You just listen to this. The name tells you. Yeah. It tells you a lot, a lot of things that we use like rock, like Standing Rock. We use a lot of things with rock on it and stuff like that. And a lot of ground names and stuff like that. That's our park. It wasn't a park. But all that stuff, especially, I tell you, the one state that has taken the most destruction, because they got rid of all the buildings, all the mounds. I think Ohio is probably the worst for as far as native history, like the real native stuff. They really like got rid of a lot of the pyramids and mounds and stuff like that. They really destroyed a lot. All this in Tennessee, a lot of the states did that. But some of the big cities were so arrogant that they kept up some of our buildings and stuff that we built. The original people here that we built all these buildings been here thousands of years. That's why they still here. And that's why when they build buildings, they're down in 50 years, 100 years. They're all dilapidated, paint's peeling, the roof is leaking, and all that. But some of our buildings we've had in these bigger cities that's been there for thousands of years. Okay, so I went there, so I come back to where we're at. But did Michael Johnson crazy? I just looked it up. He said 3 just died there in an accident. Wow. 3? What kind of accident was it? Lala D say MJ Boxer talking more. She's laughing. She's crying. Lala, I'm just playing. He said he just playing. He just playing around because he know Eagles wear boxing. He know that y'all come in here, that y'all do what y'all want to in here. I don't keep the ship as tight as I used to, but for us, it's just mostly us that's going to communicate. Nobody's going to drop down and say anything, because if they do, they're probably going to get handed up or something if they say the wrong thing. Because I try to make good points here. I try to have content that makes sense to the world too, not just because we talk boxing all the time. But when we do grown folks side of it, it's like it makes us look like, oh shit, I better look at this side. I was listening to Trey X, and he said that all that Eagles web, because he was mentioning my name because I told him that I said I noticed the fight before that. I said the fight before the last fight. I said that I said the ring is slippery. So I said Harrison. I said whoever gets their footing in that fight is gonna win the fight. Even though I stuck with Harrison, I was gonna change my mind, but I said no, I'll stick with Harrison. But then he came out after the first couple of rounds. I know he's gonna lose, because if you're gonna fight like that in a slippery ring and you're trying to show that I can match power for power, you're gonna lose. Simple as that. I was just a lot of times it's sentimental for me, because I'm just like, I know we had him on the BCD page and all that. We're wrong for that. But at the same time, we have fun, and so I'm not gonna take our fun away from us just because of a fighter or something like that. I'm not gonna take our fun away from us. We got to have fun sometime. Simple as that. Okay, so it was a car accident and 2 injured. Oh wow. Yeah. Oh, Rock Creek. Yeah. Go over there and get a lot of you go over there Rock Creek in the summer and get that barbecue going over there, huh? Get that picnic going over there. Yeah. As long as it ain't no GUN play over there. If it's some GUN play, then forget that. Yeah. But like I said, anybody, like, even so, shout out even to Bruce. So shout out to Bruce, for fighting and getting off of shit, because like he said, he's the voice of reasoning when it comes to that, because he's actually he's experienced at it, and he's saying that that you have to be that person. It's just like people are gonna, and basically what he's saying is people are gonna talk, which is true, that people are gonna talk. And if people are going to talk, then, just let them talk. Because people talk even if you don't do stuff. People talk about me even if I don't do nothing. They still going to talk, because that's just what people do. Oh, that damn Eagle. Lala's going to talk. Oh, Eagle, you ain't all that. That's what Lala D always tell me. She said Lala D always tell me that. But it's still a little bit early, so we still got another, we got another week, right? So we still got another week. We will talk about it. But I'm looking at, just making sure that don't celebrate too fast at David Benavidez. You still got a fight on your hand. I know you knocked out some people. And they said talking about how high his knockout ratio is and all that. But he's not putting nobody. He's not, all of them ain't getting. They're not clean KOs. He's not like Wilder or Tank. He's not putting people to sleep all the time. A lot of them are just stoppages. The ref is just coming in now. Now that cut's bad or whatever. That's a technical knockout is not. So if you got technical knockouts, say for instance you got 10 technical knockouts and they're all because of cuts. That's not. That don't make you a knockout artist. I'm just saying. I'm not hating, but I'm just saying that doesn't make you a knockout artist. Simple as that. I'm looking at him probably to win this fight. And I'm not trying to have a way out. I'm not trying to use any kind of addiction or nothing like that for a way out. My idea is just that, just don't celebrate too soon. Y'all know what I'm saying. If I say don't celebrate too soon, take this guy serious. Don't go in there thinking, oh, I'm getting, because if you go in there and spend all your energy talking about you trying to take him out, because we just watched a young fighter do that. And damn near throwing himself out the ring. And that was Boots Ennis. I'm sorry, y'all can love Boots all you want to. But he wasn't really impressive to me. He won the fight, yeah, unanimous decision. But, and then but the corner, somebody's telling you a lie if you said that this guy was running. This guy, Avanesian, right? Is that what it was? All my nieces is them. Derek said all my nieces is them. But, oh my goodness. Y'all, I don't know what to do with y'all sometimes. All my nieces and them. But that's what we do in here. We try to lightheartedly have, a little bit of humor at the same time. But when I watch that fight, it's like, yeah, you're not experienced as you think you are. You're throwing yourself out the ring, trying hard to get the knockout. You're getting tired. Don't you know if you throw a wide, like a long, hard hook like that, don't you know you can throw your shoulders out? What was that fight? It was a fight. Okay, so Bruce Gas Boxing Jazz and more. Boxing Jazz and more. He may know who this is. But there was a fight when Galata quit against Mike Tyson. I think that same weekend there was another fight where a guy actually did throw his shoulder out where he couldn't move his arm, and he only had one arm. And you guys might know who these guys might have to look back and see who it was. And he actually got a knockout. Think about this: you got one guy that's physically capable of fighting who quit. On the same weekend, you got a guy who should have been they should have stopped the fight, who continues to fight and gets a knockout. I'm not talking about crazy. That's crazy. That is crazy, crazy. For those two things that happen. So somebody somebody do the research. Because I forgot. I had to try to remember who it was. But yeah, it was remember. And the guy was actually losing. I mean, he was not, maybe not. I mean, he's probably behind in cards and stuff. But he actually won the fight with one hand. One-handed fighter. You got Galata quitting, and you got another fighter fighting. They should have stopped the fight, and he wins. Crazy, crazy. David Benavidez is, flexing and looking like he got a little bit more solid or whatever like that. Might be coming in a little bit he might be coming in underweight and then try to put a little bit more weight on. Just because that's his natural look. That's what he's supposed to look like. And hopefully he still got the power. He might come in looking like that, come in weak. And that's all, like I said, that's why I like Plant's energy. You know what I mean? I just like his energy. I like when people can get in your head and stuff, because that's what my people in my chat try to do. Got a lot of DCs try to come in here and get in your head. A lot of people come in here and get in people's head and mess with them, and I like that. That's good. It's good to fun, because this is probably one of the times that we do get to fun around. Is in here. We don't always get, to fun around. You don't always get to, you don't get to do that all day long, at work. There's so many serious times, and we talked about, this was a serious subject, and I was just trying to get everybody's take on it. So what's your take on when you know that they're okay? Well, sometimes, it's like Michael Johnson's Boxing Talking and more was saying, he said, shaking his head, like somebody comes in, and you can just clearly see that they all coked up, and they just oblivious because people on coke is they really arrogant. Yeah, they just real arrogant. Crack people are. It's a different kind of arrogance. It's not really arrogance. It's just like it's just stupidity. It's like this crack makes you stupid. That's what it does. It just really makes you stupid, and that's you know it does. It makes you stupid. But with that, you all coked up, you just get bold. Like yeah, cool. And not to be sorry to say, but even when I watch movies and stuff, there's people that I notice in those that's on stage in movies and entertainers. You can see it. It's like it's like that coke look. They got that coke look. You got that look. Like, dude, we can see. I can see that you got that. You got that special look on you. Yeah. But anyway, let's get out of here for the Wednesday show. Derek Bailey didn't make it. If he did, it's too late. But I appreciate all you guys that came over and checked out the show. I know the title just like it throws people off. I know some people came through. They didn't want to say nothing to us, but they came in and they seen that Coke can. But I was saying the cocaine, it is going to benefit plant. But I'm not saying that that's the case. I'm just saying that if that is the case, it's going to benefit him. Just don't go celebrating too early, and don't ever be surprised if certain stuff happen, because we just watched Tony Harrison fight totally wrong type of fight and just not even look like itself, and we kind of seen it coming, but we was kind of still hoping for him. Anyway, my shout out to all the real people that I see, and my shout out to all y'all that mess with me. Y'all know what it is. Eagles Web Boxing, nothing but blessings, no matter what day it is, baby. Yep. I'm gonna catch y'all, Lala. Michael Johnson, Boxing Talk. Bruce. Oh my, where y'all serving them at today? Y'all sir. No y'all sir. No Jay Brown. I know I come on while y'all gotta work. I don't want to come on late though. I can. Y'all vote on it. If y'all rather me come on in the evening, y'all let me know. If y'all rather me come on at 7, not 7, but if y'all rather me come on at like 6:30 or something like that, which would be like right about now, close to 5:30. If y'all rather me come on at like 5:30, we do 5:30 to 6:30. And I can say with an occasional hijacking, because I know you guys gonna hijack me and keep me in for like until 8 or whatever. Y'all gonna keep me in for a while. So, but anyway, I appreciate Bruce. I appreciate you a lot, man. Thanks for the stories, you guys, today. Real good stories. We did read this good stories just to know that we're all a family, man. We're all in this thing together, man. We all this you got to understand, man. Sometimes you got to erase the stupidity in your mind and just realize, hey, some people are good for you no matter who they are, and some people are just bad for you. Simple as that. All right, I'm gonna catch y'all.